Online, a lot of people have been talking a lot about Avatar Studios, mostly because of the leak of their debut film in Avatar Aang The Last Airbender. It's unfortunate that it happened, but the reception towards the project has mostly been positive, with the focus being on its incredible animation. And I cannot stress that enough. What I saw, it was absolutely stunning. And I know the studio has announced that they will be releasing a new series that's set after the era of Avatar Korra in the near future. But I think the studio should continue to build on the Last Airbender era of characters as they continue to establish their place amongst the other major shared universes in Hollywood. I mean, the purpose of this would be to help get future support for their newer stories that do not include that era of characters. In my opinion, after that new series comes out, I think they should start to focus on maybe 3 or 4 standalone special presentation type of projects that are like 40 to 50 minutes long. This would be similar to what Marvel Studios did with Werewolf by Night, the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, and The Punisher One Last Kill, or more in line with what the Invincible universe did with the Adam Eve special. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably saying to yourself, oh man, it should be 2 hours at least. And I agree. I would love to see that. But animation is a very extensive process, and we'll be waiting on projects like that to be released for several years. You might also be thinking 40 to 50 minutes is so short. What could they even do with that time? And I would agree with you, but if you think back to the Last Airbender era of characters, just think about how many memorable stories that ended up only being like 20 minutes long. Stories like Zuko Alone, Appa's Lost Days, or The Blind Bandit. The great part about this universe is that the Last Airbender era has so many different kinds of strong and beloved characters that are more than capable of being the focus of a 45-minute special. And this could be set between the end of the original show and the start of or during the same time frame as the 2026 film. In my opinion, the best character to start this kind of format with would be Toph. She's an all-time fan favorite of the franchise, and this special presentation could be focused on an adventure that Toph has with her Metal Bending Academy students. Other characters that would be great for this kind of format would be something like Suki and the Kyoshi Warriors. Maybe following them on an adventure on what they were doing during the events of the 2026 film in Avatar Aang The Last Airbender. Finally, and maybe most obviously, the character that would benefit the most from this kind of special presentation would be a character like Azula. Out of all the characters from the original show, she has the most mystery surrounding her character. So I think it'll be a pretty good idea for both the studio and just for the general fans of the show to get to see what she's been up to in the time since the show ended. I mean, I know they've kind of continued her story on in the comics, but you know, we kind of deserve more. What do you think about the special presentation idea? What other characters do you think are worth